we go. I can see the chat. Welcome to the live. We're at Park Lawn Cemetery in Toronto. We're gonna look for some deer. It shouldn't be too hard to find. There's quite a number of deer, wild deer, that live in the cemetery, which makes for an interesting site. Yeah, I love coming here. Some people think hanging out in cemeteries is weird, but I don't. I find them peaceful places. I do come here to visit some family members that are buried here. So I spent quite a bit of time in Park Lawn over the years, and yeah, in the past 10 years or so, we started seeing deer here. But yeah, before we get to the deer, they're usually in a certain area. Might take us a bit of time to find them, but before we get there, let's take a look at some cool tombstones that exist here. I like this one especially. Big angel statue. Fortunately, the hand went missing years ago. But nothing tops this one. Their last name is Death, or Deeth. I'm assuming it's Deeth. But it makes for a really cool looking tombstone. I wish my last name was Deeth. Yeah, nice peaceful place to go for a walk. Take you to a notable grave here. Not quite a beloved Toronto figure, but a notable one nonetheless. If you're a Leafs fan, or were a Leafs fan in the 80s, you might recognize this last name. He used to own the Leafs and had a pretty awful reputation. Someone actually planted a Leafs flag here for him. But yeah, here we go. Harold Ballard. Let's continue on the way. Hear the cicadas buzzing. Oh, we got some, squirrels messing about. Great place for wildlife. The squirrel's just rustling in this bush. Oh, leave it alone, I guess. Supposed to be a big year for cicadas. They go through these cycles every so many years. During the pandemic, there was a large amount of cicadas. We were seeing them everywhere in the parks that we were hanging out in. Don't see our deer, but worry not, it does not. I don't think I've ever not found them. Sometimes it takes longer to find them than other days. Well, this is my first spot that I come to look for them, but they do move around. They do spread out, so sometimes you find a couple, sometimes you find 10. Around in my bag. Sorry if you hear that. More cicadas, as I'm sure you can hear. Many years to realize that that was the sound of a bug. When I was younger, I always thought it was just the wires, the electrical wires, making buzzing noises, which is silly. Wasn't the brightest kid, not the brightest adult either. Pardon me. Hello, welcome to the stream. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat, because I don't know if I see the chat. Oh, no, you disappeared. Alrighty. No deer yet. So, our next move is to go back this way and around, I guess. Don't see them down below. They're doing some work here. Some cool older tombstones. A lot of bugs out. So our dear friends may be somewhere over here. Here, a blue jay in the distance. This part of the cemetery looks quite nice. Nice trees. Scan in for the deer. I'd imagine maybe they're just chilling on a hot day like today. Wonder where they get their water from. Plenty of food for them to eat. Although people still do feed them, which is not recommended. They are wild animals. They should be able to fend for themselves, but people do it anyways because they like the deer. I think a lot of people come here as an escape or in need for some calming energy. It really is, though. It sounds silly to say. I'm not trying to be some sort of guru here, but cemeteries are pretty quiet, peaceful places, and then the deer are just something special to see, which also bring a bit of a calming energy, although you get a little worried the first time you see them because they are deer. You do have to be afraid of humans. They're friendly because they get fed. I would still exercise caution with the bucks because they can really do some damage with their antlers. No deer yet. Continue this way. Make sure to trample all over these graves. Not that that should be a thing to worry about, but yeah. Oh, I hear a car. There's a squirrel on top of that tombstone. Don't see any deer yet. Guess we'll try the southern portion of the cemetery, the southwest. Usually you don't have to go this far to find them. They're often in this area. But we'll continue our search. The journey continues. A little chipmunk. You won't get a good view of that, unfortunately, but got some chipmunks that live here. All sorts of birds. Oh, we got some connection issues. We're in the city. Fido is really letting me down these days. Ever since they offered those cheap plans, I feel like the service has gotten worse. No deer, lots of acorns crunching right now. I am pretty surprised we haven't found them yet. I apologize if you're watching this video, to whoever watches this in the future. promise you it'll be worth it once we find them. Don't see them. Okay. I don't usually come to this corner, but we're going to check it out anyways. If not, we'll head over to that section, which I know they like to hang out there. I've seen them there for sure. But I feel like since I'm here now, maybe give this corner a try. Okay. It seems as though our connection is better now. Got this epic tombstone here, this etching of Jesus looking up at the cross. Okay. But yeah, there's some interesting tombstones here, some graves that are as old as or date back to the 1800s. It's interesting to see some of to stop and take a look at some of the tombstones, especially the old ones. Don't see any deer. I wonder we're there. Okay, so we'll go to our area that we normally go to. Thanks for sticking with me. Looking down these rows. Wouldn't mind a job here. Some workers over in the corner there. Guess they take care of the landscaping, maintaining this grass, which is well kept. Seems like a peaceful place to work. Maybe that's just me. Maybe some people find that too morbid, but it's such a beautiful place. Like, look at some of these trees here. Like this one. How cool. It's a hot one, that's for sure. Toronto's experiencing a bit of a heat wave the past week. Our deer, where are our deer? I hope they didn't flush them out. I'm sure the cemetery, people that run it, would prefer the deer to not be here. I'm assuming. I got a fresh grave here. someone recently buried. And the deer love to eat these flowers. So I'm actually pretty surprised they're not here munching on those. I wonder if the deer were corralled out of here. I wonder how they would do that. Now, I wonder how they would stop them from coming back. So the Humber River is nearby, which is where they would migrate from. And I think they found a home in this cemetery just because people don't bother them. Plenty for them to eat. They don't have to worry about really much at all. And they've been here for at least 10 years or so that I know of. There's quite a few. I've seen up to 10 or so at a given point. The deer, where are the deer? I feel like this live is a bit of a letdown. I'm sorry. 20 or 22 minutes in, haven't seen the deer yet. Usually it takes me about 5-10 minutes to find them. That's why I'm getting a little paranoid that the deer are no longer here. Yeah, I wonder what they would do if they cared. I don't know. I just have a suspicion that they don't like the deer. Yeah, because they do have signs that ask you to not feed them. And people do. Their signs are still up. I see one up ahead on the road. So I see one up ahead. No, that's a squirrel on top of a tombstone. Well, we'll continue walking in hopes to find the deer of Park Lawn Cemetery in Toronto's West End. Border over here. This fence goes into the ravine here. Yeah, I doubt they'd be able to corral them. I don't know how practical that would be. If anything, to want to get rid of them, they would have to. But I can't see that happening either. Can't just fire off a rifle here, you know? Too dangerous. So our deer must still be here. They must still be here. We'll continue. We'll continue on. Oftentimes it's not hard to find them because there are quite a few, and they're usually broken up in different groups. Oh, I thought I saw the butt of one, but it's just the base of a tree. The wood looked a lot like the fur. Ooh, this ditch here is a little concerning when you're in a cemetery. It's kind of weird when there's a ditch or a dip in the ground here too. Strange. Take a look over here. This is one area we haven't checked yet, I don't think. No. Closer to Old Mill. Hey, how's it going? Feel free to leave a comment in the chat. I don't know if I can see comments or not. I'm still trying to work out that issue, so if you're watching, don't mind leaving a comment. I see my comment. I think that's where the comments go. I know I did a live last week or earlier this week, and yeah, Sunday, and some people said they were watching it and left comments, but I didn't see any comments. So, but we're looking for some deer today at Park Lawn Cemetery. It's going on a half hour. Looking, usually, like I said earlier, I find them in like 5 to 10 minutes. Check out the usual spots, but no deer. Ah, there we go. Thanks for tuning into my live. Good afternoon. Yeah, we're looking for some deer. You'll like this place. You should do one of your videos here. So there are a number of deer that live in this cemetery, and for some reason today of all days, having trouble finding them. Quite amazing animals to see in such a setting. And I hope to share that with you guys, but so far no luck. Yes, huge cemetery. Pretty big cemetery that stretches from Old Mill to, what is it, Prince Edward, which is a few blocks east of Royal York. From Bloor down to, I'm not sure where exactly, but it's pretty sizable. So it's not it's understandable why I could have trouble finding these deer. But yeah, I've never actually come here to look for them. Been in this section for sure. I've been virtually everywhere in this cemetery. Been coming here for years. Don't see much ahead. I'm gonna probably turn back. We're gonna find these deer. We'll give this section a look before we turn back. But again, lots of wildlife. Chipmunk, there's a chipmunk scurrying right by me. Probably didn't see that. Blue jays, cardinals, robins, all sorts of birds, of course. Don't know if I've seen a hawk here yet. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a hawk, a red-tailed hawk lives in this cemetery. Old Mill End, or maybe we're on the south end. I've lost track of where I am. Yeah, no, the Old Mill side would have had the condo. So they built a condo many years ago, maybe the early 2000s. They actually dug up graves for it. Built a condo on the cemetery, and they relocated those graves. They were some of the older graves in the cemetery, and I guess their justification for selling off the land for a condo was that no one was visiting those graves, so they just dug them up and relocated them, which is pretty wild. You think you own a plot and you own it forever, but not the case. Let's take a look over this ravine here. Is this where the Humber River is? So we may be on the Old Mill side-ish. What do I see? Saw something moving around there, but there's a nice view. Saw something over here, but may have just been a bird or a squirrel. Okay, back all the way up. Guess we'll double back, try to find our deer. Yeah, sorry for the lack of deer at Deer Cemetery. Usually by now I'm chilling with some deer. Done a number of TikTok lives that were successful, but yeah, never taken me this long to find our deer. Yeah, right, Henry. There's no one to even argue for those graves, right? Those plots that people purchased for their final resting place. But yeah, everything's a business in our world. Okie dokie. Well, they got these nice new walkways. I guess they have to pay for these walkways some way. I can't even really, I have to look into it. I guess I could Google it, but I don't know the business function of a cemetery. How do they keep making money? They invest it. This is an interesting, very like Eastern Bloc Soviet looking tombstone. It's like blocky letters, geometric shapes, almost brutalist. I love it. It's a great tombstone. This texture here, the shapes, the pattern. Fermanti. Yeah, that's a cool tombstone. Definitely stands out over the rest. But yeah, very Soviet style. Another Leafs. We passed by, you missed it, but walked by Harold Ballard's grave, which is near where my grandparents are. We always walked by it as kids. Are like, oh, there's Harold Ballard's grave. But this is, I don't know who they are. It must have been because, oh, I don't even know how, oh, there you go. That's how you zoom in. Another Leafs. There's a Leafs flag on Harold Ballard's grave. which there wasn't for many years. I feel like that maybe it happened, there was the documentary or the TV series, mini-series, docu-series, or whatever it was on Harold Ballard that CBC put out. I don't think I haven't watched it, otherwise I would remember if it was a documentary or acted out. There was a Boreal Psalming mini-series that was on Crave. That was really cool. Cool show. I think Jason Priestley directed that. Canadian actor, now director, used to be on 90210. Yeah, Harold Ballard wasn't a well-liked figure in Toronto. Had one of the best players at the time, Boreal Psalming. Yeah, couldn't get it done, and he kind of ruined the team. Yeah, once again, I gotta apologize, no deer. Hoping to see the deer by now, but so far it's been a dud. But at least a nice walk through the cemetery. Have a look over this hill here. This is a cute little tombstone. It's like a house or a church, rather. Interesting. Ah, yes. We made the right choice. Here we go. We found two deer, 3 deer. These look, they still have the spots on it. This one's a youngin. Do they still have the spots? I see a few spots here. Guys, we found the deer. These ones look very young. Their colors are very popping right now. I don't know if it's the overcast that's making them look really bright. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my distance here. We found the deer. 39 minutes in, we found the deer. Some of them. Happy to see that they still exist here. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Henry, to see it. That took a long time. But yeah, as you can see, they're not really too afraid of me. Kind of look at me like, where's the food? I don't bring them food because you're technically not supposed to feed them. As you can see, the deer behind this one, the 2 deer behind this guy over here are munching on leaves. They have plenty to eat here. So you actually don't have to feed them. They're wild animals. They should know how to fend for themselves. But I mean, people like to. It's a nice thing for people to be able to do in the city, for sure. So I don't really put up a fuss when I see people doing it. I don't go Karen mode on them. This is a nice kind of unique thing in the city. Thanks, Henry. Yeah. I mean, it took me a long time. Normally, like I said, I find them in 10 minutes. I go to my usual spots. Today, for some reason, it was tougher to find them. That one's cleaning its leg. Look at how cute these guys are. So these must have been born not too long ago. This year for sure. Obviously, they look fresh. Some of the other deer kind of look a bit ratty. And like they've been through a lot. These ones are obviously also small, tiny little babies. So cute. How's it going? Yeah, so we'll just chill with them. They kind of, I mean, when they realize I don't have food for them, they kind of just like walk away. Their natural instinct is to be a little wary, but obviously a lot less scared than your typical deer. A lot of people, when they watch I've done a few TikTok lives, people are surprised to see me so close to the deer because they're used to seeing deer and run away from them. But let's try to zoom out here a little bit. But yeah, if we hang out with these guys, eventually they may lead us to the other deer. Had that happen a few times. Eating leaves. Look at them. Plenty to eat for these guys. Some munching on some leaves. They eat the flowers. I've seen them eat the flowers on like graves and stuff. Which, in my opinion, it's kind of circle of life type stuff. Hey, buddy. Yeah, it looks like that one still has its spots on it. I think when they're young, they have spots. Not the one that you're seeing now, but this one over here. I think that's something that like goes away. Again, I'm not a deer. I should be a little bit of a deer expert at this point, but I'm not. So that's something I'll have to look into. But yeah, these are some new additions to the Park Lawn Cemetery. Nice to meet you guys. Well, this one's kind of looking for its mom, brother, sister, who knows. They look so nice with the way they walk. Looks like they want to catch up with the other deer that's up ahead. So pretty. Hey, don't worry. Just hanging out. Don't worry, I'm vegetarian, so you're good. Then the common joke I get in my TikTok lives is, oh, look, it's dinner. I get that from so many hunting bros. Oh gosh. Kind of drives me insane, but yeah, once again, you can see they have lots to eat. They like munching on these. I guess they're vegetarians like me. Hey. Some of these deer end up in people's backyards. As you can see, there's a fence here, and behind it are houses. I've talked to some of the locals while hanging out with these deer. And yeah, a woman told me that she sees these in her backyard. See where these deer lead us. This deer is closer than it appears on the screen. I'm pretty close to it. Maybe about 10 feet away. 10 to 12 feet maybe. Yeah, quite the sight here in the cemetery. Can't get enough of it. I've been coming here quite a bit to take photos or just enjoy the site myself. I'll also do some live streams, mostly on TikTok. I'm in Toronto on TikTok. But I thought I'd share these deer here on YouTube. Take this moment to get my water out. Hey. Okay. Well, let's see if it goes up to my camera. I'll back off. I'll see if it goes up to it. My water bottle. Put my phone down. Munching on the grass here. They also eat some of the like more piney kind of trees as well. Like these shrubs here I've seen eaten up by them. These ones look pretty good. Perhaps they're not feeling the pine today. I think we're charging the phone. Maybe chill with these deer for another 10 minutes or so. The other two are to the right of me. Gotta eat your greens. I think we're making friends here. Getting pretty close to this deer here. They don't seem to be too bothered by me. Oh, you're getting a close-up view of this deer going poo. They just leave like, they look like little chocolate balls. I'll make sure to not step there. Hey, welcome in to the live. As you can see, we're chilling with deer in Park Lawn Cemetery. Definitely one of my favorite things to do in the city. Come here, see these deer. Such a peaceful experience for sure. Highly recommend it. Oh, got a nice big clump of greens there. Two more deer that are somewhere behind us. I would imagine they'll catch up soon. Haven't seen a buck yet. Just this deer and two other young ones. Some folk over here enjoying the deer. I'll let them try not to disturb their moment with that deer. There's one behind us here and another one in the distance in the top right corner of my screen. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. But yeah, this one looks quite young, so these must have been born this year. In fact, I bumped into a lady who likes to feed the deer, and she had a lot to say about them. She's a very nice lady, I guess, comes here a lot. She names them. She mentioned how one of the deers was pregnant that we were looking at, so perhaps these are the offspring. That was like a month or two ago. say hi to this deer here. It's the third of the three that I came across after looking for about almost 40 minutes. It took me almost 40 minutes to find all these deer. Oh, sorry, my panning is not optimal right now. Oh, more pooping. Don't know if you noticed that, but these deer like to poo a lot, that's for sure. Hi. I'm sure they're still curious to see if I'll give them some food. Like I said, they get fed here by some of the locals. But again, not supposed to do that. They're wild animals, so they should know to fend for themselves. And again, plenty to eat. They're darting off in this area. We lost the bigger one. Oh, look at it go. I love when they sprint off like that. They gallop. That leaves that other one all alone. That's sad. So let's follow this guy. And the other one will make their way over here. I don't bother it too much. Let's zoom back out. This is the zoom feature on Prism is a bit wonky. Bit of a delay. That's what you're seeing when I zoom in and out. It kind of goes blank for a bit. Call it a day. It's an hour live. Found our deer. We got some good deer time in there. Sorry it took me so long to find them. We'll blame the deer on that one. Yeah, if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe, of course. You already know how. I'm sure you already know how YouTube works, but starting to do more live streams on YouTube. Hey, oh, we got some people in here. Okay, we'll keep the live going. Got 2 people in here. What's up, City Emerald? We found the deer. It took us a good 40 minutes to find them, but here, I'll catch up to them now. I was just about to sign off, but since we're here, we got Henry here and City Emerald. May as well show you some of the deer of Parklawn Cemetery. Good day, everyone. Again, this is one of my favorite things about Toronto is this cemetery that has a deer population in it. And they're pretty friendly as they get fed by locals. Yeah, it's such an awesome thing. if you ever need, if you're in the city and you just need a little escape, I want to see nature, yeah, you're almost always sure to find these deer. I mean, I haven't not found them yet. Today took longer than usual, but such a calming experience for sure. Beautiful place if you're into cemeteries. I know it's not everyone's thing, but I find cemeteries to be relaxing, beautiful place to go for a walk. And it seems like a lot of other people do that too. I always come across people walking through the cemetery. And then, yeah, a unique feature about Parklawn Cemetery is its deer population. Quite amazing thing to witness, yeah. And this is only 3 of the deer that I've seen here. I've seen up to 10 or 12 at a given time. That's quite an experience. I mean, basically surrounded by deer. But yeah, these guys are so pretty. And these ones look to be fairly young. Must have been born this year. These ones are little. Yeah, highly recommend coming for a walk here. It's quite an amazing experience in the winter on a nice snowy day. I've actually have I have a video, at least one video shot with my DSLR, so the footage is rather nice, on my page, so feel free to check it out. Deer Cemetery, I think it's listed as Parklawn Cemetery. I don't have a lot of videos on my page, so it'll be easy to find, but have a look after we're done this live. Let me know what you think of that video, if you care to watch it, because yeah, I think I got some cool footage, and I've come back a few times with my DSLR and just shot 4K videos to get some like nice shots. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, City Emerald, it's such a good combo. Like they do bring a calming type of energy, as does a cemetery itself, right? It's just quiet here. People are quiet. I like going to parks and stuff, but sometimes parks are annoying because people are loud. Kids are screaming and stuff, which is fine. That's what parks are for. Kids having fun and whatever. It's for everybody, but there's no one partying at the cemetery, which is good. So you can just come for a nice quiet walk and enjoy wildlife right in the city, right off of Bloor Street. Oh, my pleasure, Cindy. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube streaming thing. It's a bit of a struggle. So I'm not always motivated to do live streams on YouTube, but now that I've connected with Henry and some of you from Henry's Toronto Tech and Transit channel have followed me, it's nice to get some viewers, some people to talk to. A few times I've tried to stream before, I'm just like talking to nobody, but I do see the benefit of doing them anyways, because they end up as a video on my YouTube at least, so there's that. But yeah, happy that I got some viewers in today. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll come out to these spots more often. Yeah. Me and Henry should do our Spadina walk sometime. Back with the crew now. So yeah, just spotted these 3 deer today, and they've been traveling mostly together. They've broken up a couple times, but only to come back together not long after. Yeah, really, really pretty. Yeah, if you care to visit these deer, Park Lawn Cemetery, you can take the TTC to Old Mill Station or Royal York. It's a couple blocks east of Royal York at Bloor. Starts at Old Mill. One entrance on the near the Old Mill side and one on Prince Edward. And yeah, I realistically shouldn't take you too long. Today again, it took me about thanks for subscribing, Gazoo. I appreciate that. Yeah, oftentimes I find them in about 10 to 20 minutes, or sometimes sooner, right away, 10 minutes. But today it took me a whole 40. I've only seen these 3, but they are very pretty. Yeah, I'm glad you like this stream. Starting to do, I do some city walks in other lives, but I wanted to share this with my YouTube followers. Again, I have a video on my channel that's shot with my DSLR, so it's all 4K video. It looks pretty good, I think, of the deer in the winter, not this last winter, but the winter before. It's a short video, but it's pretty nice. That's another level of peacefulness. So you have the cemetery, which cemeteries are very peaceful, calming. Deers. Add some, snowfall to it, and it's even better. Oh yeah, did you get a chance to check it out? Yeah, I have more footage because I came back. That was from 2 winters ago. I have some more from this winter. I can't get enough of these deer, so I'll come back and get more shots and make more videos. It just takes a long time to put stuff together. I'm trying. Last time I got a little discouraged with editing the deer video because I want to try to use DaVinci Resolve, and it's just a whole other learning curve for me. And time is limited these days, so. But I'm glad you liked the video. Stumptown, yes, I have family buried here as well. There's something, I'm not much of a spiritual person, but there's something special about these deer here. And actually, the first time I ever saw a deer was a buck. Maybe 10 plus years ago. Was made for a very special moment. And I've been coming here since I was a kid, right? So I had my grandfather was buried here, my uncle as well. So we'd visit very often. And yeah, when we buried my grandmother, it was a snowy February day. And a deer appeared. And it was snowing. It was a snowy day, so it was quite a special moment. part of me wants to believe that, oh yeah, that's like reincarnation or something. But again, I'm not personally not a spiritual person, but either way, it's was a nice thing to see. Yeah, that's true. That is the invited. Yeah, I like that idea as well, rather than invading. They are keepers of the cemetery in my mind. And yeah, a lot of people who come here to, visit family members, grieve. I see them. They like the deer. They bring them food and um, hang out with them. Met a few people who just love coming here for the deer. Oh, Emerald. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your mom, but yeah, grief is a process. It's not easy. And they do. However whatever you believe in, whether it's spiritual or not, they do. Your loved ones do live on in you. They've influenced you, especially parents. You're carrying on their DNA, even, right? But as people, as humans, for a lot of us, especially ones who have really great parents, or even if they're horrible parents, they live on you in another way, But I'm fortunate to have had a great family. Yeah, I lost my uncle when I was a young kid, but I was told by my grandmother when she was alive that I reminded her of him. We had the same sense of humor, even, I think I was only 6 when he passed. So I, didn't really, have time to pick up on his humor as an adult, but I made the same kind of jokes as him that my grandmother appreciated. So yeah, our loved ones live on in us one way or another for sure. Yeah, I've been doing about an hour and almost hour and 15 of our stream, so I think I'll call it. I kept it going a little bit longer since a handful of you popped in, but I really appreciate you watching the stream. Those of you who subscribed as well. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. I'll do more lives. I'll do more lives here, but I'll do, I mix it up. I do some city walks. I do check out some interesting things. And I'll, try to post more content as well. Some edited videos for you to enjoy, like those deer videos and funny features. But yeah, nice chatting with you all. Thanks for popping over. And yeah, enjoy your afternoon. It's pretty hot out. Stay hydrated. Yeah. Take care.